Do you know what your favorite Straw Hat actually says about you? Your brain already went to one name the second I said that. You defend this character in every argument and vote for them in every poll. Today we're using that one character to completely expose who you are. And trust me, some of these are going to hit way too close to home. Stick around because the cutest Straw Hat might secretly have the most unhinged fan base. We have to talk about the chaos-loving Luffy fans. If your favorite character is Luffy, then yeah, you might be a little basic. But hold on, being basic isn't a bad thing. There is a reason he's the main character and almost universally loved across the entire series. If Luffy is your favorite, you are a simple person who just wants to be free. You don't care about complex political drama, secret agendas, or the thousand-year lore breakdowns in the comments. You just want to eat good food, hang out with your friends, and do whatever you want, whenever you want. You probably eat like you have an insanely fast metabolism, or at least you eat like you think you do. Your friends have definitely watched you destroy an unreasonable amount of food and just accepted it as part of your personality. You might not be the smartest person in the room, in fact you rarely are, and your attention span is probably about 3 seconds long. But here's the thing, your emotional intelligence is weirdly elite. You know exactly when your friends are hurting, even when they don't say it. You despise bullies with your entire soul, and if someone disrespects someone you care about, you are immediately ready to throw hands. No questions asked, no hesitation. It doesn't matter if the other person is bigger, stronger, or way more intimidating. You're still stepping forward. You don't hold grudges. You live completely in the moment, and somehow you make everyone around you believe in themselves just by being your chaotic, rubber-brained self. Okay, Zoro fans, I see you. I already know your search history is just Zoro versus Mihawk, Zoro Edit 4K, and about 400 gym motivation videos. Videos you watched while lying in bed. You're the person sitting in the corner of the party with your arms crossed, waiting for someone to ask if you're okay. Not because you're mysterious, but because you really want the chance to say nothing happened with a straight face. You say you're disciplined, and to be fair, you probably are. You like routine, training arcs, and the idea of constantly leveling up. But somehow, despite all that focus, you still get lost in places you've lived your whole life. You've missed exits on the highway, walked into the wrong classroom, and once opened the wrong car door and pretended it was intentional. You've definitely tried to lift something with your teeth at least once, chipped a tooth, and called it a battle scar. But even if you're a Zoro glazer, at least one thing is true. When it comes to loyalty, you're unmatched. When your friends need backup, you're already standing behind them with metaphorical swords drawn. If you're a Nami fan, you are the mom of your friend group, but not the wholesome mom, the scary one. You handle the budget. You know exactly who owes what. You remember the person who borrowed $7.38 from you 3 months ago and somehow forgot. You're the smartest person in the room, and you are fully aware of it. You have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and a backup plan in case everyone else messes up the first 2 plans. Underneath the I love money exterior, though, you're secretly the most emotional person in the crew. You're the one reminding everyone to wear a coat, to drink water, and to text when they get home safely. You're the glue holding everything together, just with interest. If God Usopp is your favorite, you're probably either a theater kid or a Reddit theory addict. You're a glass-half-empty person who turned pessimism into a survival skill. You know you die first in a horror movie, so you've already practiced playing dead just in case. Usopp fans are the most relatable people in the fandom because you aren't a superhero. You probably tell tall tales at parties to make your life sound more cinematic. You're the king of fake it till you make it, and honestly, it works more often than it should. You have a vision of the brave warrior you want to be, but for now, you're just happy you survived the day without a panic attack. You still show up even when you're scared, and when you finally win, it feels earned. Sanji fans are a different breed of delusional. You're either a 5-star chef in your own head, or you're vibrating with rage because a Zoro fan called Sanji just a cook. You claim to be a gentleman, but you would fold like a lawn chair the second a woman looks your way. You think you have Riz, it's inconsistent at best. You believe in romance, loyalty, and grand gestures. You fall hard and you simp even harder. But here's the flip. You care deeply. You protect fiercely. And when it's time to step up, you deliver. For the Nico Robin fans, you are the intellectual. You have a dark sense of humor, like really dark. While everyone else is talking about the weather, you're casually mentioning how the sun will eventually engulf the earth, and none of this matters. You had a goth phase. It didn't end. It refined itself. You're the person who spends 8 hours researching hidden lore instead of playing the main story mission. You're the backbone of the crew's intelligence, but you'll definitely laugh if someone falls down the stairs in a poetic way. If Franky is your favorite, you are the life of the party. Or at least the guy who brought a custom-made guitar and somehow started singing Wonderwall with localized explosions. You are super in everything you do. You believe bigger is better, louder is better, extra is necessary. There's definitely a project car in your garage that has been almost finished for 3 years. You're an engineer, a DIY specialist, or just someone who breaks things and calls it experimental art. If your friend wants to build a rocket out of scrap metal, you're already grabbing the welding mask and a 6-pack of cola. And then we have the Tony chopper lovers. You are either 5 years old or a medical student one bad exam away from a breakdown. You definitely have a collection of named plushies and cry during Pixar movies, even the ones that aren't that sad. You're the person who tries to adopt a stray cat that is actually a very angry raccoon. But don't let the cute exterior fool you. When someone messes with your patience, you go full Monster Point. You're the sweetest person in the room until someone eats your secret candy stash. Then suddenly that voice drops 3 octaves, and everyone remembers you're not just cute. If the Soul King is your favorite, you're a legend with a very specific kind of trauma-informed humor. You've seen things that would turn a normal person's hair white. Well, if you still had hair, instead of being bitter, you cope with the crushing weight of existence through terrible puns. You have a philosophical outlook on life because you realize how short or how long it can be. You're the most chill person in the room and always down for a jam session, provided there's tea and someone willing to show you their, well, you know the line. Finally, if Jinbei is your favorite, you're basically a 50-year-old man in a 20-year-old's body. You are the responsible friend who actually knows how to change a tire and file taxes. When the group chat is falling apart over where to eat, you're the one who steps in. We are going for tacos. I checked the reviews. I made a reservation. End of discussion. You value honor, integrity, and a good solid nap. You're a rock, reliable, sturdy, and ready to take a punch for the people you love. You might not be the flashiest, but everyone knows the crew would have sunk years ago without you steering the ship. So, which Straw Hat exposed you? Tag the Luffy in your life. Start an argument with a Zoro fan. Defend Sanji like it's personal. If this performs, Villains Edition is next. Trust me, Blackbeard and Akainu fans, your turn is coming and it's going to be brutal. Hit that subscribe button so you're there when the next bounty drops.